lot of good things going on. Questions that you have heard before and probably don't want to hear again. One of them is wrapping fees, if and when that's going to change in terms of the cost to do so.
Yeah, the wrapping fees are based on volatility. The more volatile Leo is, the higher the wrapping fees for various change. It's hard to say. Part of the game theory here is that you can't say that they're going to decrease or increase in the future, because if we were to say that they are predictably going to increase in the future, well, then everybody would wrap right now in order to avoid a increase in fees. If we were to say that they're going to decrease in the future, well, then everybody would wait to wrap. So you can't really say whether or not it's going to happen. Also, it's not like a manual lever. It's based on volatility. What I've said is when Leo Strategy has their market maker live, their market maker is going to be whitelisted for the LeoBridges as well. That will organically bring the fee down because they'll be harvesting that volatility. At some point in the future, they will be lower, but I don't know when that is. It could be 6 months from now. It's just hard to say. So
the short answer is YOLO.
Hopefully in the future it gets more efficient to wrap and unwrap. I think it will, but
makes sense.
could that be 6 months from now or next month? I don't know. It really depends on Leo Strategy's release of the cross chain market maker.
Mohammed, so does that mean LSTR won't be earning USDT, buying Leo and staking it until September 23rd? I don't know what that reads.
If that means
No one's earning USDT until September 23rd.
no one's earning. So it's USDC on Arbitrum. No one's earning it until September 23rd. The affiliate fees right now, 100% of them are used to buy Leo and put it in POL. And then after September 23rd, 100% of them go as USDC to the sLEO contract. On that day, it's like a switch gets flipped and all the affiliate revenue goes into that sLEO contract and then is harvestable on a stake weighted basis. So if there's 10 million Leo staked and you have 1 million Leo staked, you'll get 10% of whatever USDC is generated every day. And a typical day for LeoDex, it's obviously all over the place. I think on average, it's about $300 a day. Keep in mind, we've got Thorchain, Maya Protocol, Chainflip, Relay, and we recently added Near Intense. We now have all 6 of these protocols integrated on LeoDex. Whenever someone does a swap, they generate an affiliate fee. All those affiliate fees get converted. Right now, they get converted into Leo, but on September 23rd, they'll all get converted into USDC and then put into that sLEO contract automatically and then harvested. The users obviously harvest them. It's about $300 a day right now, which is tiny relative to the bigger market. I think that in the future, I think a not so distant future for that is 10,000 USDC a day that could be harvested by all Leo stakers. If you think that sounds crazy, go look at the rest of the DEX market and the rest of the centralized exchange market to see how much trading volume there is and how much fees are generated from that trading volume. 10,000 USDC a day is absolutely nothing. It's not even a drop in the ocean. I see a very near-term future where we get to that place. And I think perpetual futures are going to be a key notch there. I have a feeling that'll be the #1 revenue generator.
I got to jump on LeoDex today and check out all the new thingies.
For some alpha, and I always love to give the Lions who come faithfully to our AMAs some alpha. I will drop a screenshot in the threadcast right now of the Perps UI. I've just been teasing little bits and pieces on X, but you guys can get a full screenshot. Check the threadcast in probably 30 seconds and I'll have it in there.
Nice. Apparently, Ben Haas thinks he's listening to the Only Leos threadcast because he said, when shirtless AMA. That's the Only Leos AMA. That one hasn't launched yet.
That is the nighttime. That is the nighttime Leo.
That's the after hours.
That is Leo after dark.
Invite only.
Yeah.
That one is definitely subscription based.
Yeah. At least a few bucks a month. Check the threadcast and you'll see a little teaser of the Perps UI. Wananda asks, what amount of USDC will be rewarded to 1,000 sLEO? Well, it depends on like I said, it depends on the amount of sLEO stake. So sLEO stands for staked Leo. It depends on the total amount of Leo that is staked. So if there's, just to make your example really simple, if there's 100,000 Leo staked and you stake 1,000 of that 100,000, you get 1% of the daily USDC that LeoDex generates. So in other words, if LeoDex generates $1,000, you'll get 1% of that $1,000. You'll get 10 USDC a day.